Hey, how's it going? My name is Roman Rosas. The poem I'm going to be sharing today is called For Quiet Boys by Jonathan Mendoza. Um, in picking this poem, I had no idea what I was getting into. I just picked this poem because in like the little preview that they show you, the picture, it looked like he was real into his poem. So I was like, you know what, let me see what this is all about. And I clicked on it and I watched it, and I mean, he's real deep about it. And well, in the first two sentences, this poem's about suicide. In the first two sentences, Mendoza says, "We are not blank slates nor empty. We are not dry winds nor desert souls." And what he's trying to say here is that quiet boys are not to be neglected or thought of as nothing, because everyone is someone. And you never leave anybody left out, and nobody should be left out. He then goes on to say that you do not tell them of the therapist, all sounds no ears, or the teachers who joke about the pills on the first day of your prescriptions. You do not tell them about your depression. And Mendoza says, you'd think that the people that are supposed to be helping you are the people that are hurting you. And that's exactly what he's portraying. And that this is exactly how suicide happened. You'd think that these teachers or these therapists who are supposed to be your guiders, your teachers, are the ones to be helping you, and instead they're and first in line to help you with your suicide. And he then goes on to say, and you learn, and when you first learn that tall girls do not fall for short boys, you swallowed love like a tennis ball. When your parents first screamed the downstairs kitchen into shattered glass, you dove into your brother's shoulder like it were quicksand. And the day your father moved away, airport terminals became training ground for quailing emotion. And in that paragraph alone, he's explaining love as a family, and what love's supposed to be, and what your parents are supposed to show you, and how you're supposed to go about everything, and how you're supposed to be able to confide in your parents and tell them, hey, I got this going on and there's this going on. But Mendoza's so deep into this poem, and just his stature, the way he's going about this poem, and his emotion into this poem is amazing. And I watched it, 4 or 5 times, and it gets you. It hits you right in the chest. And then he goes on to say, but for the first time ever considering killing yourself, what will you be silent? And I've never been in that situation, but when he says this in the poem, he's already tearing up, and everything's starting to look down. And he then goes on to say, you're 19 years of doubt, 16 years of shy, 13 years of fearing death, and 2 months of wanting it. That's your whole life. Your whole life is wanting to do something, wanting to hurt yourself, and it's not what's supposed to be done. And he'll go on to say that you are broken, and you will say it over and over until its bitterness begins to taste sweet to you. And to me, that means, and I feel that what he's trying to say is that you want to keep telling yourself it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. If I do this, it's all going to end. But in reality, he says, I am an unheard cry and a whispered tragedy. I am my mother's tears and my father's speechlessness. I am the last cut branch of the family. And as he keeps going on, he begins to realize that he is a part of a family and that he has a family that will miss him if he's gone, or these quiet boys that he talks about, that they will be missed by somebody, that they didn't realize that somebody is going to miss them. Because he says, I am family, I am brother, I am son, I am love and friends and help and voice. I am voice, I am here and breaking, I am not broken. He says, I will not become body found too early, note found too late. And this is where it gets me. He says, I will grab on to loved ones and hold on to them like ledges, and I will let them yank the suicidal from my throat. I am not broken. I have not yet been broken. And I mean, that's just, gut wrenching, and he's sitting up there and he's just his like I said earlier, his stature and everything that he stands for in this poem is just amazing, and this whole poem he's saying, I'm gonna do it, and then he realizes, I have somebody, I have the help, I have somebody to be when I grow up, I have somebody to catch me if I fall. And he realizes that, and then he says, say it over and over until it sticks in your mouth like candy. You have not yet been broken. You have not yet been broken. And then he says, but you will crack louder for every self-absorbed therapist and backhanded teacher, for pain and glass and quicksand, for tears and screams inside you that you have not let free. He is then realizing that the teachers and the therapists they're nobody. They're not gonna help him. He's gonna help himself, and his family's gonna help him, and it didn't get any better than that. And that's all you need, and that's exactly what he's showing. Lastly, he says, you are not broken. Say it until you realize you have never been this way. Speak it until you learn that you are not alone. Scream it until its echo hits you back, and you know your power to everyone around you. You are not broken. You have not been broken. And then he says, so for quiet boys, scream. And when he says that, he walks off, and every person in that room is touched in a completely different way. And it's just a video that you've got to watch, but the whole time he's telling you, you're gonna want to commit suicide and you're gonna want to hurt yourself, but there's that family that's gonna catch you if you fall or not let you do it.